It's
Right. For
yeah, I
the
mean,
960.
that's hard to imagine though, because he's been playing 5 days like this. So it is odd. And there he is.
There he
He
is.
is.
And it looks like he just got out of the swimming pool
He just
or
got
the shower.
he lost
Or the
track of time,
shower.
guys. He
He
lost
must
track of
have.
time. He's throwing on a shirt. He's throwing on a shirt. Don't worry, I'm sure that's not going to be screen grabbed by anyone.
With Magnus, I think we're going to get a lot of surprises. I think he's going to look to establish some pretty serious dominance over the field. Let's not forget that the Rapid is scored slightly differently, so for that reason, I think he came in and tried to get as many points as possible. Yesterday, he did score 6.5 points out of 9, so he was winning a lot, and Wesley was winning as well, but he was also solid when he had to be and made a lot of draws. Every game has moves played. Is Magnus just not there? Is that what's happening already? Like, what is going on?
Can that be the case? As you explained yesterday, the clocks will not start until there's a move, but also I just see 000 for Magnus. Guys, don't worry.
He's not there, yeah.
He hasn't disconnected. He just needs to make it to the computer, it seems. He may have taken a bathroom break.
Yeah, and again, this is actually the issue with hosting the tournament on Lichess is that like he's not going to get penalized for this. On most sites, your game starts, your time runs, and Magnus is going to play the first move, and he's not going to lose a single second, as we see right there. Which is, I mean, you know, you can debate whether or not we like it, but it is silly that is the case.
Yeah, usually at every single tournament, over-the-board tournaments, online tournaments, the case would be that the clock starts running as soon as the game should be starting. So interesting that on the platform of Lichess, this isn't the case. But we do see now c5, so Magnus made it to the board and played the Sicilian.
Yeah, apparently he also doesn't have a shirt on. I don't have actual...
Levy, this is a family-friendly broadcast, and so is the tournament. What's going on?
I don't know. Magnus plays e6 though, which is an interesting development. I don't think I've ever seen. He's played every Sicilian in the book. This is the Khan variation, not the Caro Khan. Just one N in the word Khan. Caro Khan has two N's for some reason. It's a different person, I suppose.
Yeah, two different surnames there in the opening's name. I'm still a little bit shocked by the fact that Magnus finished dressing up for the game at the computer, but yeah, I guess that's an additional feature of online tournaments.
Yeah, you've got to, you got to get dressed in front of your computer monitor. So this is.
I thought that was different type of content, and it might be in Hikaru's Only Forks video. And not along that line, but here we are, St. Louis, final day, 9 Blitz games, and the main clash, of course, in this round is Hikaru versus Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah, this is a pretty standard setup. The biggest question comes actually on move 6, whether Black plays bishop a7 or bishop e7. Relatively normal opening, and yes, the computer does like it for white, but this has been played many, many, many times. And the bottom left board is two Russians who are just, they are already throwing serious punches at each other. Going to pull that up so you all see it. There's a lot of weird stuff going on that board. And Magnus is down a minute, right?
Yeah, I mean, he had to get dressed first, and then he made his opening moves, but all kidding aside, of course, it does feel like Magnus decided to play the Sicilian for today. That is clear. He pushed c5, but apart from that, he started thinking longer. I also am wondering why the evaluation bar started going that much in favor of Black, but it perhaps was just a temporary glitch because the position is normal. This is a typical Sicilian.
Yeah, I don't. There was bishop e3 and knight g4. I think.
Oh, instead of e5.
Yeah. So there was takes, knight g4, and you hit the queen, and then with queen b6 on the diagonal. Unless this is, again, just the computer not understanding some sort of theory. But I don't like this for Magnus actually so much. Unless Anna, is he gonna go bishop g4 here? Is this the idea? Or is it just rook a7?
I mean, he does have bishop g4 intermediate move attacking the queen. But after the queen moves from e2, he'll have to decide whether to take on d1 or a7. You cannot grab both at the same time.
Weird. Also, being down 2 minutes is weird. I mean, he can mess around, but let's not forget that the third place spot is very much up for grabs, and the more points you take away from the guys in the top two, mathematically, right, guys? That's math. Move up to second place, potentially.
Hikaru now says forever no to that bishop g4 move by closing the diagonal down with f5 and also expanding further on the king side. I wonder if we'll get to see g4, g5 at any point, or simply this is just, restricting the bishop and gaining space for his pieces.
Yeah. Okay.
What's next for Magnus? What do you think his candidate moves are here?
I don't know. Unbuttoning his shirt again? Sorry. It's crazy. You could be late, not get penalized on time, and just dress at the board.
I don't think it's the first time he has done so. But he's the world champion. So...
Go. G4. Knight D5. Let's go, Hikaru. Come on. Punish this man.
Let's just talk about this rook lift as well, because it's not the most natural way of developing the rook. But here it makes a lot of sense. Magnus has brought the rook to a7 to then swing it over to the d5, and he's ready to push d5.
Yeah, and that's why Hikaru puts the knight down and plays c4, because now after takes, he's going to have pressure on a6 with the bishop and the queen on this diagonal, but he's also going to hold down d5 and operate where he's trying to suppress the play.
I do like the c4 a lot for Hikaru. Trading the b pawn for the c pawn now exposes the a6 pawn of black that is actually hanging.
Whoa. Hello? Take?
Yeah, knight e7 provokes knight takes f6. I would love to take on f6 and damage the king side of black.
It's a very bold decision. I mean, it seems like right now Hikaru's got his moment. He's up 2.5 minutes on the clock, and Magnus has made a mistake. It's not so obvious why it's a mistake, though, because after takes, black is going to play king h8, and he's going to attack you on the g file, potentially. But Hikaru very well might have to take, because if he doesn't, then black is going to play d5. And there it is, and king h1 played, so he's going to look for his own attack now.
Yes, interesting, or not even interesting, but I would say awkward decision by Magnus when he decided to play knight to e7 and allowing knight takes f6 that doubles the pawns against the king of black. Now the g file is a semi-open file for us so that we can attack the king with a move like queen g4. It will only be a check for now, but imagine if Hikaru gets to bring his rooks through the third rank, or one of the rooks, swing it over to g3 or h3. If you could have the rook on h3, queen on h5, how will black defend the h7 pawn?
You won't. Yeah, Magnus is going to have to come up with something very quick. Very, very quick. He's got, and not to mention, he also has an idea to sacrifice the rook. Like if he plays something like rook takes h7 with queen h5, this is strange. I don't know what's going on. I mean, the last time they played, there was what? Can't you just take that and play queen h4?
I mean,
what?
I'm
just
not
queen h4,
exactly
right?
understanding what's Magnus doing right now with the piece sacrifice. It is a fork, yes. He will win the c4 bishop, but rook h3 was a threat. And I mean, queen f6, rook g3.
Mate in 5, apparently? What is this?
What is Magnus doing? Hikaru didn't play the move that was going to be mate in 5. Rook h3 was going to be the most accurate. Mate in 5. Rook g3 is plus 10.
It's just over. Magnus just resigns.
Well, that was a meltdown, a very sudden meltdown for the world champion.
Anna, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching chat, and chat was cracking up, the whole shirtless thing. A few people were really I mean, they were aggressive about the fact that I was criticizing Magnus for doing what he just did. But please justify this for me, guys. What what just happened?
This is inexplicable. The whole idea with 97 allowing the weakening of his own king with 97.
By the way,
now this is a resignation.
Wesley drew in Wesley fashion. I don't know where to go. Grishuk Nepo? Oh my god, Anna, the Grishuk Nepo game doesn't even look real. Look at this game between... What is going on here? What is this? This is the craziest game I've ever seen.
They played such a solid draw in the rapid portion, but at Blitz they are going against each other at full speed.
What on earth? I want to see Hikaru in the chat.
We'll go back to the Hikaru's game and show you guys those details after the current games are over. So a bit of patience, please, because these games are still on. But then we will analyze Hikaru's game in more detail.
Oh my god, I don't even know what just happened. Our scoreboard is getting updated. It looks like Wesley will tie with Magnus now, right? Because I think Magnus had a half a point lead. So we've got... Was Hikaru in the chat? People tagging him? I don't actually know if that did happen or not.
Maybe soon.
Oh, he did say. Okay. Hey, Hikaru.
What has he said?
He said, let's go. Let's go.
I like that. Good start for Hikaru, taking down the world champion in a commanding manner. Checkmate was gonna be the finish there in a few moves when Magnus resigned.
I don't know if Hikaru knows what was going on, but like, Anna, I love the support we have on this channel. I love the energy. I always like the one or two people that like show up and they're like, why are we cheering for Hikaru? But everything that just happened made no sense. This is why I love online chess. $250,000 online has like never happened before. We see Magnus not getting a time penalty, running to the board a minute and a half late in a 5-minute game, which never happens. He doesn't even have pants on, let alone a shirt. The man was literally in his underwear playing a chess game and just got like blown off the board. So, ladies and gentlemen, this means that you play better chess when you got clothes on. That's all I gotta say. Like,
conclusion of the day.
Yeah, like, what to say? I mean, wear clothes when you play the game of chess. It's a royal game. Let's have respect.